special edition of QPTV's News Desk. I'm Rosalind Nieves.
And I'm Lucia Dragos. Today we want to celebrate the accomplishments of two not-for-profit organizations in the borough of Queens and the anniversary of the World's Fair.
Transitional Services for New York, also known as TSINY, is a mental health organization that's been around for over 38 years. They serve the underserved by providing a continuum of rehabilitative services to enrich the lives of those recovering from mental illness. They also facilitate their consumers' transition to increased levels of independence.
Today is our annual spring fundraiser at the Douglaston Club. Very often we need to provide our consumers with extras that the city and the state don't go ahead and provide for. So these fundraising efforts really help provide those things like medication that they may need help with, or an extra bed or a couch or things that they need. So I really appreciate all the support of both QPTV and the community to make this work. So thank you.
I first learned about TSI after I was elected. I started in 2011, and I took a tour with the director, Larry Grubler, to different facilities of TSI, and I was very impressed.
Coping with vision loss can be difficult, and Vision Services for the Blind and Visually Impaired is a not-for-profit rehabilitation and social service organization whose purpose is to develop and implement programs to assist people of all ages who are blind or visually impaired to lead independent and active lives in their homes and communities.
Well, here we are 88 years later. Vision services are provided completely free of charge to babies up through seniors for people with severe vision loss or blindness to enable them to compete on the same level playing field as people with sight. The services that we provide within the community and within individual homes and neighborhoods are skills that they need.
We will also bring you the celebration of the 50th anniversary of the 1964 World's Fair and the 75th anniversary of the 1939 World's Fair in Flushing Meadows Corona Park at the historic Unisphere.
The celebration was organized by the Queens Borough President Melinda Katz and Assembly Member Margaret Markey, co-chairs of the World's Fair Anniversary Committee, along with members of the New York City Park Department.
Flushing Meadows was crowded with people from all over. Families were frolicking by the fountain. There were puppet shows, a display of classic cars.
The cars were from the 1964 World's Fair and the Batmobile from the 60s era television series.
There were people playing double dutch, dance performances, displays of World Fair memorabilia, food, music, and more.
Transitional Services for New York's motto is to help people rediscover themselves. They offer recovery services and support in community-based residential settings.
Consumers are given the opportunity to acquire the skills and confidence necessary for independent living, and their trained staff provides person-centered rehabilitation and case management services which promote recovery.
We're going to take you to TSINY's luncheon at the Douglaston Club, where the CEO of TSINY, Larry Grubler, began the presentation with Andy Freidberg, a talented jazz artist playing guitar.
I'm hoping I'm not forgetting everybody, but I'm very pleased that all of you are here. I also have to give a special acknowledgement to QPTV. On your seats, you're going to have a 6-disc series about mental illness, and TSI was portrayed in that, and I look wonderful in the movie. So I would recommend that you watch it. Actually, Marilyn and I both look wonderful in the movie, and we're together. So I forgot which episode it was, but it's called Transitions, and we're up for an Academy Award, the red carpet and everything. It should be great. But last year we were very happy to mention that QPTV, who's always been historically very supportive of transitional services, that QPTV had won 2 Alliance for Community Media Northeast Region Awards for their special series, Understanding Mental Illness. And the series was recently acknowledged once again, this time by the Telly Awards, which named Episode 2 Community-Based Treatment the bronze winner in the Internet Online Program segments or Promotional Pieces Health and Wellness category. These are 6 episodes in all, and you can watch them on QPTV Sundays at 1 p.m. I will send an autographed picture of myself if you'd like after that. And Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Check www.qptv.org for more information on this series. I've watched most of the episodes, and it really gives you an idea of the services and why they're so important in Queens County. So everybody needs to see this. I actually think that they should pick it up and take it nationally. I think that's how important it is. So thank you, QPTV, for your support, and congratulations.
If you would like more information about TSINY, just visit their website at tsiny.org.
Vision Services for the Blind and Visually Impaired has been around for over 88 years, and they held their 30th annual luncheon to bring awareness about their organization's ability to help you and your family learn the techniques to live with vision loss and remain active at school, home, work, and in the community.
My name is Dr. Bill Wolf. I'm the chairman of radiology at New York Hospital Medical Center of Queens, and I'm the CEO of Main Street Radiology. We first heard about visions through John Shortino, and I've known Ralph Schlossman and Ruth for 39 years. As a radiologist, we're deeply committed to vision, as you know, and the whole concept of this organization is very attractive with the work that they've done and that I've been told that they have been doing, and including the camps and all the other facilities that you have for the visually impaired. So I'd like to congratulate everybody for all the work that they've done. I think they've filled a niche in the void of the world, and hopefully they will continue for another 100 years.
My name is Brenton Hard. I'm the Career Services Coordinator at Visions. My job responsibilities are to help work-ready people who are legally blind find employment opportunities and acquire those employment opportunities throughout the 5 boroughs. But Queens is the best borough to find them in, to find jobs in. The reason that Visions is the best organization that helps people who are legally blind is because they really believe in the purpose of what they're doing. They have put more energy behind anything that they do above any other agency that I know of. And in addition to that, they also hire people who are legally blind at a much higher percentage than any other agency in the city, and have found success. And Nancy Miller and Ruth puts their name behind it 100%. Vision Services for the Blind.
My name is Nancy D. Miller, and I'm the CEO of Vision Services for the Blind and Visually Impaired. We're a nonprofit agency that is celebrating 88 years of service and 30 years of services here in the borough of Queens. We were started by a group of 6 women who saw the needs of blind individuals not being met by other nonprofits. And the mission of those women was to provide opportunity so that people who are blind could be as independent as possible, including starting their own businesses.
My name is Ruth Schlossman. I'm the Senior Director of Fundraising for Vision Services for the Blind and Visually Impaired. The mission of our agency is to help people so that they are able to live normally in their own homes and get around so that they can go to the senior centers or to whatever their work is. And this is basically our mission. Nobody is ever turned away, and all our services are free.
The honorees for the event were Edward Burns.
We've had an opportunity with our partnership with Visions to actually help our boys through the service program really understand what it's like to be visually impaired. They have an opportunity to work with different learning materials that you provide for us, where they get an understanding of how it feels not to have the vision that we are so just, I think, take for granted. And I thank you all for the honor today and the opportunity that our boys have to work with you. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Susan Ann Haley.
I couldn't accomplish anything that I do at the bank without the support and the help from Linda Moore, a former honoree, and Rosie Pagan, who you well know very well. Their tireless efforts really contribute to all that we do.
Paul D'Onofrio.
So I want to thank Visions. I want to thank Ruth for him, thank the leadership of Visions, thank the folks from Times Ledger who are here today, Brian Rice, Kathy Wenk, Jack Agliata, thank you very much. I also want to thank Victor Clavey, who got me involved with the organization a while ago. Thank you, Victor, and thanks from Paul. Thank you.
Paul Nappy.
I would like to congratulate all of my fellow honorees for their hard work and efforts in supporting Visions. Lastly, I would like to thank the various organizations that I represent, like the Disabled American Veterans, Catholic War Veterans, American Legion, and the Knights of Columbus, in their gracious backing of me as an honoree, and their continued promise to support Visions in his future endeavors. Thank you all, and God bless you.
Dr. Ira Udell.
You know, as ophthalmologists, every year we have new tools and innovations to prevent and restore visual impairment, but we can't win every battle. Those of us who take care of visually impaired and blind people on a daily basis truly appreciate the extraordinary impact organizations like Visions have in providing care to our blind and visually handicapped patients in our community. I am honored to be a part of this event, and I congratulate all the other honorees for the work they are doing on behalf of this important organization. Thank you very much.
Dr. William Wolf.
One of the things that we all take for granted is vision, and the organization that is being honored here, and I'm being honored through the organization as well as the other members, is the fact that this is something that we all take for granted. We only take it for granted until we need our glasses or our glasses don't fit right. But there are others that have had more complicated problems, and I honor Dr. Udell for his work in this field. I think that as a radiologist, without it, we don't function. And it's something that we, as I said, we just take for granted and just never really appreciate it. And it's this type of organization that brings this type of meaning to what we do and how we do it. I would also like to thank members of the staff that are here. Without them, I would not be here because I would not be able to function. My wife says I can't function most of the time, but in this case, without this craft from Main Street Radiology that are here, New York Hospital of Queens, we're honored to have the COO, John Shortino. We have the Chief Medical Officer, Steve Remar, Dave Rogers, who's the Associate Chairman at New York Hospital Medical Center, and we have the entire staff that's here. And I'd really like to thank everybody who's come out to support this organization and to support me. So thank you, everybody.
QPTV's own president and CEO, Daniel Leone, along with board member Sandra Delson, were given the Community Service Award.
Next Community Service Award will be to Daniel J. Leone. If Dan will come up to the podium. And introducing Dan will be Patrick D'Amato.
Thank you,
Patrick.
Pat.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patrick D'Amato, Chairman of the Queens Public Communications Corporation. Dan Leone, our President and COO, cannot be here today, but has asked me to read a few prepared words on his behalf. Thank you for this honor, and I'd also like to congratulate the other honorees. There are nearly 165,000 New York City residents of all ages that identify as persons who are blind or severely visually impaired. This is why I serve on the Queens Advisory Board. Because of Ruth's tireless efforts and her commitments to Visions, these residents can have a better quality of life. It's evident by the turnout today that all of you feel the same way. I would also like to recognize the QPTV Board of Directors and the staff that also help support the mission of Visions. And a special thanks to Nancy Miller, Executive Director, CEO of Visions, for her dedication to this organization. Unfortunately, due to a personal family commitment, I am not able to be here today. So it's my pleasure to represent Dan. Thank you very much.
I am so pleased to be here among the so many friends and colleagues that I've worked with over the years to make Queens a better place to live and work. And hopefully I will continue to do that. So I want to thank especially Visions, where I've served and tried to be helpful. And again, thank Ruth Schlossman and all of the board people who work with me and sustain our efforts to educate you about our services as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. I could put it with your other 10 million awards.
Roz and I wore special jerseys for the auction.
Lucia, you wore the...
Yes, I wore a Boston Red Sox jersey.
Is that if you're a Boston fan, you get to save it from Mets fans or Yankee fans that would bid on this item just so they could burn it.
And I wore an autographed New York Islanders jersey.
The next prize on the auction block, I would like the beautiful Rosalind from QPTV to get up and show us this wonderful New York Islanders jersey, signed by the entire starting squad of the New York Islanders. This is the premier item of the day. Rosalind does not come with the jersey, but she will deliver it.
And our colleague, Brittany, wore a signed Goose Goosage Yankee jersey for the event.
This event that was held at Terrasona Park. Take a look at it.
This is a jersey signed by number 54, Goose Goosage, a great Yankee player who I happened to meet recently, and you would not believe how tall he is.
Hello, I'm Rosalind Nieves.
And I'm Lucia Dragos.
Welcome. We're at Flushing Meadows Corona Park
for the anniversary of the 50th and 75th World's Fair.
Take a look.
The fun didn't stop there. We listened to a Beatles tribute band called Liverpool Shuffle.
They were followed by the Queen Symphony Orchestra.
Get back to where you once belonged. Get back.
Extremely excited to be here to celebrate the 50th and the 75th anniversary of the World's Fair. But it's more than just about the World's Fair. It's also about celebrating Queens and celebrating the diversity that we have here in this borough with 160 languages. The theme of the 1964 World's Fair was peace through understanding. And what better, legacy in the borough of Queens than that? And so folks are excited. There are thousands of people here today. If you pan this, it's amazing. It's just the pride, I think, in the borough and of the World's Fair, and the participation of folks throughout the city is remarkable.
Well, my name is Darren Hicks. This is my wife, Dayanette Hicks. And what brought me here was 50 years of history with this here globe. I was 4 years old the first time this came around, and I wanted to come back to see what it was all about again.
So we're just glad to be here. We were children. Our parents brought us here a long, long time ago, and we wanted to come back. First place we wanted to go to was see the globe, see the world, and from there we'll just spread out and do what we want to do.
So I'm Dorothy Lewandowski, your Queens Parks Commissioner. So we're here today in Flushing Meadow Corona Park celebrating the World's Fair anniversary. We're celebrating both the 1939 and the 1964 World's Fairs. So that 75 years ago and 50 years ago, this land in Flushing Meadow Corona Park was filled with thousands of people out here enjoying themselves and learning about things. Today, it's the same thing happening all over again.
Don't you worry about me. No, I won't be afraid. Won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. All you got to do is stand. Come on. Woo. Oh, my darling. Whoa. Ha. Come on and stand by. Stand by. Whenever you're in trouble, won't you stand by me? Oh, my darling. By me. And whoa. Come on and stand by. Stand by.
The World's Fair Anniversary Festival was wonderful. The weather was perfect for a day at Flushing Meadows Corona Park.
Before we could set up our cameras for the festival, we ran into two families that participated in the autism walk that coincidentally occurred on that same day.
I'm with the Rodriguez family, and they just finished participating in the Autism Walk. Tell me how you feel about the Autism Walk.
Fortunately, there's no cure for autism, and a lot of people are not aware that it's actually taking over a lot of our children. It's right now, currently, it's one child out of 68 that are actually being diagnosed with autism, and a lot of people don't know what it is. You know, so this walk means a lot to us for everyone to understand that, you know, that we need that support for the children because we're their voice, we're their advocate. You know, he can barely talk, but, you know, he's progressing, and, you know, this is important, and I'm happy that my family took part.
Can you tell me, look at the camera this way, can you tell me how you feel about participating in the walk?
Good.
And what's your name? I didn't get your name.
Anna.
Anna, did you have fun doing the walk?
Yes.
Okay, now let me talk to Jaden. Hi, Jaden. Just wait for the cat.
Cheese.
Say cheese.
Cheese.
This is Jaden.
Cheese. Cheese. Hi, Jaden.
Say thank you, QPTV.
Thank you, TV.
Oh, yay, Jaden. Thank you. Back to you, Lucia.
Go to autismspeaks.org to find out more information about autism and the organization.
Then we went to the car exhibition where we ran into Sergio Fernandez.
I am the owner of VetWorks, which is a restoration shop that we own here in College Point, New York. Well, that Batmobile is actually a George Barris production vehicle. It was part of the 1966 TV series. And to get it down here was kind of a special effort for us, and we're very happy that it's here today. The Boylan Bottling Company happened to help us out with underwriting the vehicle to get it here. And it's quite a machine to see. It's been the hit of the show today, I got to tell you that, and this other George Barris vehicle behind us, which has been a really nice accent to the show.
It didn't end there. Let's look at this grand performance by Japanese drummers Sodaiko.
This is a thrill for us to be at Flushing Meadows Park on the anniversary of the World's Fair. We're residents of Queens.
Alan ate his first Belgian waffle here at the 64 fair. He's kind of old.
Next we have jazz funk group, Yaz.
Okay, we are a Yaz band. My name is Yaz. We are playing like a mixture of jazz, R&B, funk, smooth jazz, that kind of music. I met him at the other gigs 10 years ago.
Like
6 years
yeah.
ago. And my former bass player brought him 5 years ago, and he's the newest member. We just met.
So give me their names.
Yes, my name is Yaz.
I'm Matsu.
Tetsuya. Shu.
The World's Fair Committee and the community paid tribute to Unisphere designer Gilmore Clark. Ross and I were there as they unveiled a new historical sign for the structure and presented proclamations to his widow.
It was easy to find people who were there in 1964. However, we were thrilled to find someone who was there in 1939. Just listen.
I'm Herb, and this is Arlene Giller. We're from Rockland County. And in 1939, Arlene's father took her to the World's Fair. And
Every day.
And she has the tickets to show you.
And these were for the individual pavilions that Dad and I went to. We went to them all.
Thank you for joining us. That's it for today's show. If you missed any part of this program, just go to www.qptv.org to view the entire show online.
And if you want to see the full version of the World's Fair program, look for it on our website also.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
I'm Dan Wempa. I am the Vice President of External Affairs for the New York Hall of Science. We are New York City's only hands-on science center, and every day we teach children, families, teachers, and anyone else that comes through our door about how science is relevant to their life. We're open 7 days a week, 9:30 to 5, Monday through Friday, and on the weekends 10 to 6. Web address is www.nysci.org. That's nysci.org. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Foursquare, you name it. And those are all hashtag NYSCI. And we're located at 111th Street and 49th Avenue in Corona, Queens, right on the corner of Flushing Meadows Park. The address is 4701 111th Street.